up, guys? It's your girl D from the Voices Gathering Live podcast show. Ignore the intro about every Friday because that is subjected to change, right? I am so glad to be here right now. So glad to be here. So glad to be here. I'm just doing a mic check real quick on our Cocktails Confessions Sunday just to check in with you guys, bring you up to speed about where I am and where I was at the last couple of weeks. It was finals. It was finals. If you are following me on social media, you will know that I stated that I was in the midst of taking finals. And that was first and foremost, because if there's no education, there is no platform. Period, right? So I was taking finals the last couple of weeks, and thanks be to God, I aced all my classes, A's in all my classes. Thank you, Lord. And that chapter is now done, closed, and on to the next. So I was able to come to tonight's show, have a quick conversation with you, very quick. This is not a full show, just a very quick, just to check in, to see what's going on with everybody, how everyone is doing, ask a number of questions really quickly. Hopefully you will post a comment, and when I check the show later on this evening, tomorrow, I will see what you're saying and then get back to you. So, finals is done. Now, getting ready for the next semester because I'm stretching my education out. I'm going to take it slowly, not push myself, because juggling a 9-to-5 job, also running a podcast show and really getting it to the position it really needs to be in. And we'll talk a little bit about that before we end today's show. And then also trying to maintain some kind of lifestyle, right? Balance with home and friends. It's so much. Still doing my education about how to perfect my show. So let's talk about that really quickly. So my supporters have seen this show have many of guests here, and those guests, I again thank them so much. They were so important to that time when they were on the show. I want to thank Kofi, Tamika, Rhonda, Brittany. I want to thank each and every one of those individuals for coming and lending a voice to the show. I'm just forever thankful for that opportunity to share this space with you. To the supporters who watch the show is always going to be evolving. It's always going to be fluid and changing, right? There's never going to be status quo here. Never. We're never going to do that. We're going to open up a place where guests can come in and sit with me and chat it up on this show here, and we can rock and just have a conversation. That's what I want. I don't want my podcast show to be just another person because we were working during the time of COVID, trying to find something to do. So let's get a camera, pop up some lighting, get some equipment, and throw it in the room and say, we got a podcast show. Absolutely not. We have great things that we're planning for the future, but it takes time. Just like making a scrumptious cake, you got to put all the ingredients in it, whip it together, put it in a pan, set the temperature right, leave it alone, and let it do its work. And that's what I've been doing with this podcast show. I'm always doing a think tank with people and thinking about what it is I can do that's going to keep you, the subscribers, interested in this show. So, yeah, there's going to be great content. There's going to be great guests. There's going to be great this and great that. And there's sometimes you're going to agree and not agree with what I'm bringing. But that's what the chat is for. The chat is for you to share. Listen, can we see this on the show? Can you talk about this? You can ask me questions. You can make some suggestions. Use the chat. I enable it, good or bad or indifferent, because there's some people who like to spam your page or your platform. And I'm like, listen, what we're not going to do is be pushed out of doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing with the show. And I'm no good to this show unless my supporters are standing behind me. That's point blank, period. So I'm always grateful for when you show up and you're giving a thumbs up. If you're giving a thumbs down, please leave a comment. If the thumbs downs are warranted and you feel it's warranted and you're not hating, put the thumbs down there. But just comment what it is that you were hoping for, looking for, you're suggesting, so that we can turn that thumbs down to a thumbs up. That's one thing there. The other part of this is that the show, Cocktails Confessions, Sundays, right? The show conception started on Fridays. So the intro says on Fridays. This show will have different times and different days for different segments. I want to shout out a big shout out to Hassan and Rob and a number of people last night. We were at a small little gathering, safe, social distancing, and everybody is vaccinated. Hey, to have a conversation about this is what I would love to see on your show, or try this and try that, and people subscribe to the show. Yeah, we're at 201 subscribers, and that's another thing. The numbers will go. It's data. They're going to go up and they're going to have a peak down. They're going to go back up. They're going to have a peak down. It's never consistent when you're using YouTube. Never. Because 1 minute somebody is digging you, and the next minute they're digging somebody else. It's like a very unhealthy relationship. Like, I want you to dig and love on me and stay here, right? So, if you're here and you're watching the show, then you're going to be like, okay, today's show wasn't something I was very much kind of interested in, but you know what? I'm holding the show down, so I'm going to go back and watch and see what's next coming. Very simple. Very simple. Very, very simple. I can't wait for some of the upcoming shows. So we got our Father's Day shows. We're going to be talking to some single fathers. When I say single, what I mean is those fathers who were in a relationship and conceived children in that relationship, but are no longer in that relationship with the mother. I want to give an opportunity for the fathers to come onto this platform and talk about what it is, good, bad, or indifferent. For them, it means being a single father, right? Then we also have our Juneteenth show coming up. We are not doing a 4th of July show here. We're just not going to do that. We're not going to do that. If you support the 4th of July, hooray for you. I salute you. Do you, right? But what we will do is pay homage by supporting Juneteenth show in June. So definitely check us out for that show, as well as our Father's Day show. That's going to be an awesome show. I'm also going to be just shouting out myself on my birthday is the month of June. So, hey, Gemini, and to all my fellow Geminis out there, just going to come up here and just kind of, love on me a little bit, right? Don't do enough of that enough. Always loving on other people, supporting other people, encouraging other people. But I'm going to show up and be here for myself. So those 3 things. Also, I'm looking forward to having a sit-down conversation. So I don't know if you ever heard of this company called TLC, Total Life Change. It's a great, if you're looking to start a business and have impact, then this might be a great show you want to watch. The individuals that's in this business is really changing the game. But I do have some interesting questions for them. How do you get started? What do you have to do? And how do you stand different from all the rest? Among many other questions. So we're going to be having Michelle Monique, entrepreneur woman, military base woman, single mom. I can't wait to have her on the show. She's really someone that really inspires me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, about you can do anything you put your mind to. You just have to be committed and don't give up. Also, we want to talk to the ambassador, Bianca Sade. This young woman, I can't wait to talk to her, because when I say to you that what this young lady was been able to do is amazing. 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 And I had a brief conversation with her, and we'll go more about that on the show. And I threw some challenging questions, some things I was not understanding. And she was like really good at answering my tough questions. So I can't wait to have Bianca Sade on the show, and Michelle Monique on from TLC. Michelle has many other brands out there as well on the show, so that we can also talk. And just know, please just know that this show is always, always, as I said, evolving. Evolving. If you are a subscriber, let your number, meaning your subscription to my podcast, be not in vain. Show up. If you can't come in on the day I'm live, come back and check me out. Check me out at a later time when you're in your car. Listen to the show. Write down some of the questions you have. We have next week coming up, we have Dr. Laura Lee, who is a mental health specialist. She's a therapist, and we're going to be talking about mental health, as May is the month of Mental Health Awareness Month. We also have Lucia Lucas, who is a DV, which is for domestic violence liaison, who is coming on the show to give us a good conversation about what it is women are enduring in domestic relationships, and how can we, the community, support them, even men, because there are men that are being abused. So if you don't know, now you know, where we can have Lucia Lucas come on the show and just talk to us about domestic violence and how the community is still a strong support for those who need that protection, right? So we got a number of things coming up. Just because I haven't been here don't mean I'm not working. Listen, let me speak this thing into fruition. So I can't wait till this show gets to the point that I got a steady rocking team, right? If you think you can be part of a podcast show that is going to be on iTunes, I said it, iTunes is going to have a Patreon page. I said it. I absolutely said it. That's going to be asking some of the very difficult questions and calling things as it is, unapologetic. Shoot me an email. You can reach out to me at voicegatheringlive@yahoo.com. Send me an email. Put in the subject, podcast, Voice Gathering Podcast. Put that in the subject and let me know how you can get down with this show. If you want to be a guest on this show, that is how you get to be a guest on this show. Send me an email, voicegathering@yahoo.com. Look out, because we're going to have a webpage coming. The webpage will come. You'll be able to go right to the webpage and get everything. You don't even have to go to YouTube. All you have to do is go to the webpage site, click the link. It'll bring you straight over to YouTube. I want to make things so easy, friendly for you that you would not have any difficulty navigating to get to this show. So that's what's been happening. I just ran off like a whole mouthful of stuff, right? Because I'm telling you, I'm never not busy. Never. I'm always busy. Always. But I want to be busy giving you great substance. I don't want to bring you just waste of time content. I'm not just here to get numbers. I'm here to make an impact. That's what I want to do. I want to make an impact here. So take the ride with me. Continue to ride this show with me. And I'm telling you, we're going to rock it. We are going to rock it. Absolutely, we're going to rock it. Now, I'm going to wrap up the show. I just came in here for a quick second to say, this is what we're doing. This is where I was at. This is what I was able to do when I was not here. And these are the things we're going to be doing in the future. If you have any suggestions about how you could be a part of this show for me, or anything you would like to see on the show, do not hesitate. I'm looking at something on my messages because I want to give you guys some information. Please listen, let me know what it is. Also, do me a favor. Go and check out my PSA announcement on domestic violence. It's here on the platform of the podcast show platform. It was a school project, but not only a school project, because we want to have impact and help those who are in situations that are very difficult. We want to be a voice for those who are in need of someone to help them. I want to give you guys something. And I seem to cannot put my finger on it right now. Okay, I'll get back to it. And since I'm mentioning the podcast, the PSA announcement, I want to give a big shout out to Ali, Tina Nichelle. I want to give a big shout out to BB. Another shout out to Michelle Monique. I want to give a shout out to, who else was there? Lakeisha, Jordan, and let's see who else. Stephanie Pagan, as well as Catherine, for the part of this PSA announcement. Thank goodness that you guys were able to help me get that out there. We had got a lot of good positive feedback about that. So I'm excited about what we're going to be doing moving forward. I won't make any promises. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to do my best on this show. And I hope you will stick around and help me do that. So again, remember that we are greater in numbers, right? We're greater in numbers if we just stand by each other and support one another. I'm going to do that with my show here. I hope you'll do that by taking this ride with me, and then we'll see where we end up. We got a long way to go. Thank you so much, people. Stay cool, be good to each other, and remember, this is the place you want to be. So before you leave, even if you accidentally clicked on this page, click subscribe, post a comment, give a thumbs up or down, and tell me what you think in the comment section. Until next time, we will talk later. Bye-bye.